Does the veil between our world and the next truly exist? Or are the shadows we perceive merely figments of our overactive imaginations? Welcome to the enigmatic realm of the paranormal. In the heart of this debate, two factions stand firmly, each with their own compelling arguments. There are those who ardently believe in the existence of the paranormal, swayed by personal encounters and countless anecdotes echoing through the centuries. These believers argue that the world is teeming with spectral energies, unseen entities that occasionally cross over into our reality, leaving behind cryptic signs and spine-chilling experiences. They point to the countless stories of haunted houses, eerie apparitions, and inexplicable phenomena that defy logical explanation. They argue that these occurrences are far too common and consistent to be mere coincidence or fabrication. From the chilling whispers that echo through the halls of ancient castles to the spectral figures seen wandering in old graveyards, these believers assert that the paranormal is interwoven into the fabric of our world. On the other side of the fence, skeptics stand their ground with scientific rationality and logical reasoning. They argue that the human mind is a complex and sometimes deceptive tool, capable of conjuring illusions and misinterpreting natural phenomena. Skeptics often attribute paranormal experiences to psychological phenomena such as sleep paralysis, or environmental factors like infrasound and electromagnetic fields that can induce feelings of unease or even hallucinations. Skeptics also highlight the lack of empirical evidence to support the existence of the paranormal. Despite thousands of reported sightings and experiences, no concrete proof has been presented that would withstand the scrutiny of the scientific method. They argue that until such evidence is presented, the paranormal must remain in the realm of folklore and superstition. In summary, the debate on the existence of the paranormal is a complex one, filled with passion and intrigue on both sides. Believers draw on a wealth of personal experiences and anecdotal evidence, arguing that the sheer volume and consistency of these accounts cannot be simply dismissed. They believe that the world is filled with unseen energies and entities that occasionally make their presence known in our realm. However, skeptics counter these arguments with scientific reasoning, pointing to the lack of empirical evidence and the mind's capability to deceive. They argue that many paranormal experiences can be explained by natural phenomena or psychological factors. For them, until solid scientific evidence is produced, the paranormal will remain a myth. In this intricate dance between belief and skepticism, one question remains: does the paranormal truly exist? Or are these chilling tales merely the product of our overactive imaginations? The answer, it seems, is as elusive as the spirits themselves. So whether you believe in the unseen or rely on tangible proof, the enigma of the paranormal continues to captivate and intrigue, a mystery as old as time itself. The truth, as they say, may be out there waiting to be discovered. Or perhaps it resides within us, a testament to the power of belief and the depths of the human imagination.
Ever woke up in the middle of the night, unable to move, feeling an eerie presence in the room? Welcome, friends, to the mysterious world of sleep paralysis, a chilling experience that has left many shivering in the dead of night. Picture this: you're trapped in the twilight zone, dangling between the realms of wakefulness and sleep. You're aware of your surroundings, yet you're completely immobilized, unable to utter a single word. A heavy pressure weighs down on your chest, like a monstrous entity sitting on your body. A malicious presence lurks in the room, unseen but deeply felt. This terrifying ordeal is known as sleep paralysis. It's a fascinating, yet unnerving phenomenon that occurs when a person passes between stages of wakefulness and sleep. During these transitions, you may be unable to move or speak for a few seconds to a couple of minutes. Some people may also feel a sense of choking or difficulty breathing. More often than not, sleep paralysis is accompanied by vivid hallucinations and a sense of dread. The most common of these hallucinations involve a feeling of an evil presence, a shadowy figure lurking in the corner of the room, or a sensation of floating above the bed. Sleep paralysis can be a deeply unsettling experience, and it's not hard to see why. The inability to move, the feeling of vulnerability, the sense of an unknown entity in the room, it's the perfect recipe for a bone-chilling horror story. In fact, many cultures around the world have attributed these episodes to supernatural beings and malevolent spirits. Yet, despite its terrifying nature, sleep paralysis is a relatively common condition. Studies suggest that about half of us will experience sleep paralysis at least once in our lifetime, while a smaller number of people may experience it more frequently. Seems like a scene straight out of a horror movie, doesn't it? But what if we told you that this is a common experience shared by millions around the globe? From the old hag in Newfoundland to the night demon in Japan, almost every culture has a legend that might explain sleep paralysis. Indeed, sleep paralysis is not a new phenomenon, and our ancestors had their own ways of interpreting these chilling experiences. In the icy lands of Newfoundland, the old hag legend tells of a spectral woman who sits on the chest of her victims, draining their life energy while they lie frozen in fear, a chilling echo of the paralysis and terror often experienced in sleep paralysis. Half a world away, in the land of the rising sun, the night demon, or kanashibari, is believed to bind people in their sleep, rendering them unable to move or speak. A similar tale is spun in the Philippines, where the batabat or bangungot, a vengeful, nightmarish creature, is said to cause sleep paralysis by sitting on the chests of sleeping people. In the Western world, tales of incubi and succubi, demons that torment people in their sleep, closely mirror the symptoms of sleep paralysis. These malevolent entities were believed to sit on the chests of their victims, inducing nightmares and an inability to move. Even the word nightmare itself harks back to folklore. Stemming from the Old English mare, a mythological demon or goblin who torments others with frightening dreams, the term paints a vivid picture of the terror and helplessness that sleep paralysis can cause. These tales from around the world, diverse as they are, share common threads: an unseen entity, a crushing weight, an inability to move, and a sense of overwhelming terror. In a time before the advent of modern science, these stories offered a way to make sense of the inexplicable, to give a face to the unknown, and to cope with the terror of sleep paralysis. So, are these just stories, or is there something more to these chilling nighttime visits? As we delve deeper into the science and personal experiences of sleep paralysis, we'll uncover more about this mysterious phenomenon. Perhaps we'll find that these legends, born from fear and the human need to understand, hold a grain of truth after all. While folklore offers supernatural explanations, science has a different take on sleep paralysis. It's not a goblin sitting on your chest, nor is it an alien abduction, but rather, it's your brain and body that are slightly out of sync. The science behind this phenomenon is fascinating, and it all begins with something called REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. This is the stage of sleep where most of our dreaming occurs. Our brains are highly active during this stage, just as they are when we're awake. But here's the catch. While our brains are buzzing, our bodies are essentially paralyzed. Why, you ask? Well, it's all for our own good. This paralysis, known as rematonia, is nature's way of preventing us from physically acting out our dreams. Imagine if you were dreaming about running a marathon and your body decided to act it out. You'd wake up exhausted if not injured. So our brain paralyzes our muscles to keep us safe. Now, sleep paralysis occurs when this mechanism gets a bit tangled. Sometimes we awaken before this paralysis has fully worn off, leading to an overlap of the dream world and the waking world. This is when we experience the terrifying symptoms of sleep paralysis, the inability to move or speak, the heavy pressure on the chest, and sometimes even hallucinations. These hallucinations are a byproduct of our dreaming mind. When we wake up during REM sleep, our dream content can spill over into our conscious awareness, hence the vivid and often scary visions. So, in a nutshell, sleep paralysis is a result of our brain waking up before our body does. It's a glitch in the system, a hiccup in the seamless transition between sleep and wakefulness. It's not supernatural, it's not paranormal, it's neurological. So is sleep paralysis just a glitch in our brains functioning, or is there more to this phenomenon? Many who've experienced sleep paralysis describe it as the most terrifying event of their lives. Let's delve into a few of these real-life experiences that have left an indelible mark on those who've faced them. Imagine the horror of waking up in the middle of the night, unable to move or speak, your mind aware but your body unresponsive. This was the chilling reality for Emily, a college student from Austin, Texas. She woke up frozen, feeling a heavy pressure on her chest and a dark figure lurking in the corner of her room. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. She felt utterly helpless, trapped within her own body. Then there's the tale of David, a middle-aged man from Birmingham, Alabama. He was sound asleep one night when he suddenly found himself awake, yet unable to move. He felt hands gripping his ankles, pulling him down into the bed. The terror was so intense that he couldn't go back to sleep for the rest of the night, dreading the return of the unseen hands. And let's not forget Sarah, a young woman from Boston, Massachusetts. She experienced sleep paralysis for the first time in her 20s. She recalls waking up to the sound of whispers, growing louder and more menacing. She couldn't move, couldn't call out for help. All she could do was lay there, listening to the whispers until they eventually faded away. Each of these individuals experienced the sheer terror of sleep paralysis in their own unique ways. The common thread among them was the feeling of being utterly helpless, unable to react or escape the terrifying experiences they were facing. Sleep paralysis can be a deeply unsettling experience. It can turn the safety of our beds into a stage for nightmares, making the familiar suddenly feel strange and threatening. The terrifying entities that people report seeing or feeling during these episodes are as diverse as the people who experience them. They can range from shadowy figures to demonic presences, from whispered threats to feelings of suffocation. These experiences are terrifyingly real for those who experience them, but what can be done about it? While there's no cure for sleep paralysis, understanding it can help manage the fear. This is a crucial point to remember. Sleep paralysis, despite its frightening manifestations, is a natural phenomenon that can be managed with a few strategies. One of the most effective methods to cope with sleep paralysis is maintaining a regular sleep schedule. Our bodies crave routine, and by sticking to a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, we can help regulate our sleep cycles and potentially reduce the frequency of sleep paralysis episodes. Another strategy is to avoid sleeping on your back. Studies have shown that people who sleep in a supine position are more prone to experiencing sleep paralysis. So, if you're a back sleeper, it might be time to switch things up and try sleeping on your side or stomach. Lastly, practicing relaxation techniques can be a game changer. When you find yourself in the throes of sleep paralysis, instead of panicking, try to relax your body and mind. Deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or even visualizing a peaceful place can help you ride out the episode without fear. Remember, sleep paralysis is not a supernatural phenomenon or a sign of serious illness. It's a quirky aspect of human biology that we're still trying to fully understand. By implementing these coping strategies, you can take control of your sleep paralysis experiences. By understanding what sleep paralysis is, we can take the fear out of these midnight visits. Sleep paralysis, a terrifying phenomenon shrouded in mystery, yet grounded in science. From tales of old to modern research, we've journeyed through the enigmatic world of sleep paralysis. We've seen how it's a common occurrence, looked at folklore interpretations, understood scientific explanations, and discussed coping strategies. What's your take on sleep paralysis? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep exploring the paranormal.
Is sleep paralysis paranormal, a sleep disorder, or is it both? Comment down below and let me know what you think.